Predator X. As long as a shipping container, and with teeth as large as a 12-inch pizza, it ruled the Jurassic seas with an iron flipper, killing its own kind and feasting on their remains. Biting 100 times harder than the average bulldog, it could crush your Honda Civic like elephant garlic. But before all the crispy details, a brief introduction is in order. All the way back in the 1800s, an English paleontologist named Richard Owen described a new evolutionary genus, Pliosaurus, which is Greek for more lizard. Why? Well, its members looked an awful lot more like lizards than other marine reptiles. Massive head, flippers, short neck, thick trunk, not the elephant one, and toothed jaws, the whole bag of tricks. Anyhow, fast forward to 2009. Barca beats United in the UCL final, Messi Ballon d'Or, and less interestingly, Norwegian Bjorn Funke finds the partial skeleton of a huge aquatic beast in the Svalbard archipelago. Unsure of its taxonomy, scientists nicknamed the creature Predator X, estimating that it lived between 155 and 145 million years ago in the Cameroonian and Tithonian stages. Find me the paleontologist who came up with these names. He'll regret his career choice. Habitat almost exclusively seawater. If you want to be really precise, tropical epicontinental seas is the correct terminology. Shock and impress your friends with that useful piece of knowledge. For any avid zoologists watching, the order is Plesiosauridae, the family Pliosauridae, genus Pliosaurus, and species Funke. That wasn't a joke. They didn't actually find much of Predator X, I'll be honest. A few bones, in fact. Parts of the upper and lower jaws which were so large it's mind-boggling. The estimated maximum skull length was 8.2 feet, as long as a surfboard. Absurd. If my research is correct, another pliosaur, Kronosaurus queenslandicus, had a similar skull length. Not that it makes any difference, though it is a cool name though. Focus! According to the report from the Norwegian Journal of Geology, which published these findings, old Funke had the largest upper forelimb bone, or humerus, and shoulder bone, or coracoid, of any pliosaurus. No clue about the exact measurements, but it had about 10 feet long flippers, was as long as two large saltwater crocs at 40 feet, and was 16 times as heavy as Max Verstappen's F1 car, 13 tons. Metric, of course, imperial makes no sense. The team that found the fossilized remnants even claimed that Predator X had a brain proportionally similar to a great white, and I need hardly tell you this, but take my words with a grain of sodium chloride. That's salt, by the way. Predator X was one of the largest marine hunters ever, and probably sat at the top of the food chain as an apex predator, eating fish, cephalopods, other marine reptiles, even its own kind. That's right, cannibalism. Not only do other Pliosaurus species provide fossil evidence which supports this theory, the preserved skull of another order member, Chimerosaurus, bears bite marks and damage consistent with the attack of a ginormous Pliosaurus. Moving on, in order to secure its prey, Predator X would use its back flippers for an extra burst of speed, while the fore flippers were used for cruise control. For those short of imagination, the flippers were basically oars. Last, but definitely not, and I mean definitely not, the least, the jaw. 6 teeth were found, along with one replacement tooth and a fragment. Glossing over the fact that they were as long as a medium-sized spatula, they could exert a total pressure of 33,000 psi. 3 times more than a T-Rex, 8 times more than a great white shark, and 33 times more than an African lion. Forget bone crushing, this psychopath would crush a Jeep Wrangler like it was made of avocados. I mean, your femur needs only about what, 17,000 psi to break? And this man could easily provide 20 times the amount. Simply breathtaking. Now, you may be wondering, what about the speed of the brute? Or which exact seas did it inhabit? Or how heavy was it? The value of 13 tons was calculated using the weight-to-length ratio of smaller pliosaurs as a reference. The truth of the matter is, we simply don't have enough fossils to make relatively accurate deductions. Forget a complete fossil, we've only got a few bones and some teeth. Most of the facts are educated guesses at most. We're not talking about a grain of salt, more like barrels, dustbins of salt. Enough salt to fill the Grand Canyon. I may as well say a few words about how the species is doing today. Wait, what? Who wrote this? The species is gone. Dead, expunged, extinct. When? Late Jurassic? About 4.6 quadrillion seconds ago. Why? All kinds of theories. Mosasaur competition, a colder, drier climate, habitat loss when sea levels fell, volcanoes spewing out lava 30 times hotter than the average day in the Sahara, an asteroid with a diameter half the length of the Suez Canal. Nobody really knows. There aren't many papers, and even fewer finds to substantiate what little we know. But one thing is for certain. The seas hold the key to unlocking the mystery of one of the deadliest hunters in history. That is so obvious. Why'd you put that in there?